Alright, so let's just get started. I always like to start off with concealer, so I'm just going to go in with the Cover FX Power Play Concealer in the shade P Light 2. And I'm just going to apply it under the eyes. I'm going to apply it on the inner corner and over the eyelid. So I normally like to apply concealer before foundation first because I like to blend in the concealer as much as I can, and then I'll bring it down to conceal a little bit of my redness on my cheeks. I'm just gonna go a little bit in between the brows. For the base, I'm currently testing out the Ilia Sheer Vivid Tinted Moisturizer in the shade Los Roques. And let me just mention how happy that shade name makes me, because Los Roques is from Venezuela. My family is from Venezuela. Honestly, just knowing that that is my shade name is just like, it's meant to be. It's meant to be. I think this shade might be a little too light for me. I don't know. So I just applied it on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna start applying it where I need it most. And I'm just marrying the tinted moisturizer with the concealer. And I'm actually really liking this tinted moisturizer. It's a very light to medium coverage. I actually really like this because it looks like skin and it doesn't separate throughout the day. I would actually really recommend this tinted moisturizer. I just hate the really high price tag. I think this is $48. This is the most I've ever spent on any face product, but I really want to make the switch to clean beauty, and Ilia is just one of those brands that is fully clean. So if you're looking to switch, I would highly recommend it. Before this foundation, I would religiously use the It Cosmetics CC cream, and they're both kind of similar in the sense that they do even out the skin tone and it looks like your skin. So if you want a clean dupe to that, I would highly recommend that you check this one out. Okay, so for bronzer and highlight, I'm going to use the Monochromatic Bronzer Duo in the shade Sunkissed Bronze from Cover FX. I can't tell you how much I love this bronzer. It's so good, and it doesn't have talc. Just gonna top off the excess. Apply a little bit on the nose. So you can see I went a little heavy-handed right there. Okay, so for the eyes, I'm just going to use the bronzer on my crease. I'm just going to apply it on the transition area of the eye to set that part of the concealer, because my concealer definitely settled into my eye folds. Since we're already here, I'm just going to apply it under it. It's like a little dirty. Excuse me. I'm gonna go into the Lawless The One palette. I'm gonna start with the shade Complicated right here. This is like a pukey brown color, and I'm just gonna start stamping it on the outer corner. And I'm using a Milani brush. It's like a really fat, dense brush. I like to use this brush to pack on product, and then I'll go in with a fluffy brush to blend it out. With a clean, fluffy brush, I'm just gonna blend out the edges. So I'm just going to choose a different brush and see if that has anything to do with it. I'm going to go into this muted orangey shade called Next Level and apply that on the crease, just to warm up this look a little bit. I'm just going to go into the shade Complicated and Next Level and just apply that on the lower lash line. And now I'm just going to connect the lower lash line with the upper lash line. Ooh. I just realized it stopped recording, so I don't know where it stopped recording, but I just added Steady to the outer corner, and I'm currently in the process of blending it out. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I really tapped out the excess because I feel like it went really heavy-handed on this side, and I'm just going to start deepening the outer corner and the crease. Okay, I'm gonna go, so now I'm gonna go into the shade Obsessed. I'm just applying it all over the lid. I don't know why people are so against using your finger or your hands to do your makeup. Like, honestly, I think your makeup looks even better when you use your fingers or your hands. The warmth just makes the product melt into your skin. I'm just gonna go into the shade Crushing. This is like a beautiful like peachy gold shade. And I'm just gonna apply it on the inner corner. I'm gonna use this shade under the brow bone. And you know what? I think I'm gonna use that shade for highlight as well. Let's see if it works. Ooh girl, it does work. Yeah, I'm just gonna apply this under and over the arch of the brow. So now I'm going to go into these two shades right here, these darker browns. It's called Play Cool and DTR. And I'm just going to mix these two together and start smoking out the lower lash line. So now I'm going to apply a little bit of Play Cool on the brows and just start etching it out. And I'm just going to fill in the sparse areas. Now I'm gonna go into this black shade called Plunge, and I'm just gonna apply this very close to the lash line. Now I'm just gonna comb them with a little brush. So for mascara, I'm just gonna go in with the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. So I really want to test out the Ilia mascara, but you know, this is drugstore, Ilia isn't. This is $10. Ilia is like 30. I think I'm just gonna stick to drugstore mascara for now. So for the lips, I'm gonna go into the Bite Beauty lip gloss in the shade Dirty Chai. So I think this is a little too dark for my liking, so I'm gonna go in with the Pixi by Petra. I'm not really sure if this is considered a clean brand, but you can get a similar shade in the Bite Beauty lip line called Flat White. I think that's what it's called. So yeah, that concludes this video. I really hope that you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. But I'm